They advertise it as a crushed fruit jar, but it's also a humidor, and this hollow was to put a sponge in to keep the tobacco moist. These are marked in a very, very unusual way. It's not the typical near-cut mark. It's out in one string, and then it says patent applied for. Nice piece. Some of these are marked, yeah, same way in the lid. Near-cut and patent applied for. This is a really, really pretty plainware candlestick. This was decorated by the Westmoreland Glass Company and engraved in them. They were one of the largest decorating companies in America. It's kind of a surprise. This sort of thing was always blamed on Hawks. Westmoreland bought the glass from different companies, even though they were a glass company, and decorated and sold it as Westmoreland. So this is a Cambridge Westmoreland candlestick. Sold it as Westmoreland, right in their catalog. If you've ever seen the Heisey candelabras, the 2 and 3 light candelabras that screw together, and they come in kind of an amber shade, they bought those from Heisey, stained them, and put them in their catalog. Yep. So a rather interesting piece that shows up in crystal shell. However, crystal shell does not come in moonlight blue. It comes in crystal. This is a piece that also doubled with a round edge as the bottom of the Caprice candy. There's really no explanation for this in moonlight blue other than it's an oddball piece of Caprice. The standard one has a kind of a 3-sided clover leaf in Caprice pattern in the bottom, and then the regular eyes all around the outside. This one has this celery looking thing in here, and that makes it the crystal shell mold, even though it is in moonlight blue. So this is kind of a cross collectible. It really is Caprice. That's what it is. Okay, any idea of maker? Her name was, this is a lucite prism sign, Mary Henderson from Woodsfield, Ohio, who is deceased, longtime member. Her and her husband made these, and some of the benefit from these went to the club, and they come in all different colors of lucite. They're very, very nicely made. Of course, they're real lightweight. They don't feel like glass. What does this say? Topaz, yes. This is the early version that has no knob on it. It usually comes in topaz, amber, bluebell, topaz, or mulberry. And there are 2 sizes of this jar. This is the lower one. It would have originally been sold probably with 2 perfume bottles. I haven't got a clue in the world. I've seen these in stores. They're not real old. And it's a little flower vase to stick in another flower vase, basically. That's what it is. I haven't got any idea. It's an old piece of patterned glass. It's not real high quality. It makes me think of the Indiana patterns. But I honestly, anybody got an idea? I don't know it. Sorry. This is a rather interesting vase. Obviously, I'm not sure that this copied Japonica. I'm not sure that Japonica didn't copy this. This is Fenton, and it is a silver resist. It's not a real strong overlay, resist decoration that Fenton did themselves. And it's silver instead of white. And somebody copied somebody. I'm not sure who, but this piece is not anything new. This is a 20s piece of glass. So this probably predates Cambridge's Japonica. Pistachio Caprice goblet. Always hard to find pistachio Caprice stemware. Beautiful Stradivarius tall sherbet champagne with the starburst cutting on it. Pretty cut. Oh boy. Morgantown? Okay, super. It's rather interesting because not only did they cut the stem, but they ran the etched stem of the rose clear down the stem line here. American Beauty rose. Very nice. lot of conjecture about these. We're positive they're definitely Cambridge. The unfortunate thing is there's either one identical or close to it was made by U.S. Glass. They do show up in Cambridge colors, topaz, light emerald, blue bell, amber, peach blow, and there is a topaz one in the museum, and we feel certain they are Cambridge. We have absolutely no proof other than where the few we know of have come from. They are the older light emerald. They have a little bit of Vaseline to them. This is a really nice, this is a hard color to find. Light emerald Cambridge turkey. Everybody know how to tell Cambridge turkey? No? Well, the feathers have no detail on the Cambridge ones. So they just have a pin feather down the middle of the feather. They don't have all the detail on them. An old dealer told me you can get your entire fist into one of these. But that doesn't always hold true because the U.S. Glass ones that these copied will take a whole fist too. So that doesn't hold water. Again, no feather detail. Grassy detail instead of a checkerboard underneath. And if you get to looking real close, there are a couple plants in the back here. One looks like a two-leaved philodendron, and the other is a strange-looking little flower of some sort. And that's how you can tell the Cambridge one from the U.S. and the Elchi Wright ones. And the colors help too. Beautiful royal blue mint dish. These are hard to find. They're usually crystal or amber. Very unusual marjorie. What is it, a pint jug? Is that what it's called? I think it's a pint jug. It's an unusual piece of marjorie. Definitely. A picture of Mr. and Mrs. A.J. Bennett. Look at that. Wow. Pretty dapper for Cambridge, Ohio. She's got her minks on, and he doesn't have his monocles in. He quite often wore a monocle. There is a really super picture of A.J. That belonged in the family that's for sale tomorrow in the auction. Milk glass Caprice reflector candlesticks. These are hard to find. Really, really hard to find. Nice. Nice, nice. 3035 Heather Bloom Gloria Cordial. This is part of the connoisseur line. This is the leaf decoration. We have some connoisseur stemware in the museum in the reopening case. And another piece of connoisseur with the maidenhair fern on it. I don't know what this is. Probably a nice tea, I suppose. The other one would be a Rhine wine. Peach blow bunny box with the detail on it. Beautiful 1066 goblet. Mike, you know the cutting on this one? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cutting. Just a number? Just a number. Oh, the David Ray cut. For $100, David, we'll name it for you. You can get those at Ray Placements. Okay, okay. The beautiful quality. Oh, I mean, beautiful, beautiful. This is an ebony two-piece ash receiver. These come in two sizes. They're rather hard to find because people chip these, taking them in and out. You use it like an ashtray, but then you pull this out and the ash is dumped in here and you threw those away. They're hard to find. Moonlight Blue Caprice covered candy. And if you compare these, they're pretty much identical except for this bottom effect. The three eyes of a clover in the bottom of the standard one and this celery effect in the other one. Very, very nice. Pretty. The alpine really makes the pattern show up. And is it signed? Well, you got to use your imagination, don't you? It's there. Great measuring cup. Full to the brim, 1 cup. 3/4, 2/3, 1/2, 1/3, 1/4. That's nice. It's very nice. What did I miss? Anything? Guess that's it. Okay.